Hello everyone, Stampin' Creates here to share a fun workshop with you. We'll wait a few moments just to get everybody in here. I am a 1 minute early today. So, yeah, I'm excited to share this fun Christmas time is here sweet tonight. So it is chilly here in Northeast Pennsylvania tonight. My goodness. I actually turned my radiator on here. I went down and turned my furnace up 2 degrees. It was on 63. I went up to 65. Because I am chilly tonight. It is rainy and it is just not a fun night. So I'm hoping I get to see your comments. Let's get situated here. So when you're coming in, be sure to say hello so that I know that you are here. I am going to be doing a giveaway. So if you like, comment, and share, you will be entered in the giveaway. The more you participate by liking, comment, and sharing, the more apt you're to be entered. Let's see. Hello, Nancy. Hey, I'm the only eyeball. Well, no, I'm here too, so it should come up as 2. I don't know why my comments aren't coming up. I think I'm going to have to do it this way. There we are. I'll have to do it that way. Still trying to figure out the best way to do this. Now how that is. How are you tonight, Nancy? How are you feeling? You're all over your illness when you were sick. Was it last week? I don't know. I have something going on. Hello, Lisa from Wisconsin. How is the weather there? Are you guys getting snow there? I have something going on as far as sore throat. I had such a coughing spell before. I was so nervous about coming and doing this. So I have a few lozenges. I also have, I'm prepared, I have a water, and I also have a nice warm coffee. And my hands are just so cold. It's just so chilly here. It's rainy and cold and damp out, and I am not liking this at all. Halls Rock. Well, these aren't actually Halls. These are from the Dollar Tree. So, I mean, I'm sure Halls makes them. But, yes, be sure to say hello when you're coming in. Like, comment, and share. I'll be doing a giveaway. I'll do the drawing for that giveaway next week. I will be here next week. Hi, Mary. Thanks for popping in. I will be here next week. I'll be preparing to head on to Onstage. Friday night will be center stage for the leaders. And then Saturday will be the event. There is a group of 6 of us traveling. Total in my downline is going to be 4. So it's going to be fun. And I don't know if you're watching on the replay or live. I just want to announce I got a new recruit today. So Erin, welcome to the Sweet Beef Stampers. Now is a great time to join because you can go ahead and get all of your Christmas needs with $99, and you get $125 worth of product, which is great. So I'm excited to share the Christmas time is here sweet. But first, before we do that, you know I always have other things to share. I want to share with you, let me turn this over. Thanks for sharing, Nancy. I want to share with you the Winter Wonders Part 2 of our Paper Pumpkin Kit. So if you got Part 1, you know how fabulous that was. If you're not a subscriber to Paper Pumpkin, I don't know what you're waiting for, but be sure to choose me, Susan Timchak, as your demonstrator. I'd really appreciate that. Then I do get credit for that, and that goes toward my monthly sales, or you can choose to do a 3, 6, or 12-month subscription. You could do month by month or do it that way. I would suggest go ahead and do the month by month, and then when Celebration comes, go ahead and do the multiple months, because then you'll get some free Celebration products, which comes in January. So sign up by October 11th. November 10th. And then your shipment will go out within, I believe it's about 5 or 7 days. You should receive it from then. Now keep in mind, those of you that are a subscriber, our kit for this month is going to be a little bit later than normal. So just keep that in mind. Okay, I can check that off my list. Okay, next up, I did an unboxing and an unbagging the other night of our brand new paper trimmer. And I have to say, in preparation for tonight, I did use the new trimmer. And you'll want to go back and watch that video of the unboxing where I kind of did a quick little overview on it. But for $25, I really think it's a great bargain. I have to say the scoring is, you won't have to worry about cutting through when you're scoring, because the scoring blade really does a great job. Cutting blade is fantastic. The only thing I'm trying to get used to is lifting this up, because I'm used to lifting it up down here, and you have to lift it by this little handle here, or you can just go ahead down here on the end and, you know, lift it on the ends here. But this bar goes out all the way beyond 17 inches. Thank you for sharing, Lisa. And it's really, really nice. It's a lot lighter in weight. It has a nice little hole at the top here to hang it. So I really think it's fabulous. And it is now currently available. The item number for that is 152392. You do get a cutting blade and a scoring blade. There is a plastic cover on the front of here. I didn't take mine off. I just left it on. And the replacement blades will be available beginning January, but I'm going to tell you the way that this blade is made in comparison to the last cutter's blade. This one is much deeper, and I mean, you just get. I was trimming paper. You know, with the other one, if you went to trim paper, well, let me show you. If you went to trim paper, it would get all zhushed up. This one, you can trim. I'll just do a little sliver here. And it doesn't zhush up the paper on the end. Look at how fine that is. It's really great cutter if you're in the need for a new paper trimmer. So definitely for $25, yes, thumbs up to that. Okay, so let's go ahead. I don't think I'll need my trimmer unless I make a mistake, which I probably could. So we are looking tonight at the Christmas Time Is Here Suite, and it became available on November 1st. I was late to the ball game, but so that's how it goes, right? I'm looking to see where the bracelet is. I did show there is a whole bundle you can purchase with one item number, and it's $1539.47. You can get the entire bundle, which includes. I didn't get the whole bundle because I'm on a limited budget, just like you guys. It includes a double stamp set. One is the cling mount, and the one to do the stamping on top is a photopolymer one. So that's really interesting because that's something new that Stampin' Up! Is doing. There are also dies to go along with it. I did not purchase the dies. There is a designer series paper you can get, which coordinates with it, and the dies cut out from the paper. There's a real pretty bracelet, and I put it somewhere safe. You know how that is, right? And I don't see it. Let me grab a little drink here. But it's a gold-plated bracelet, and it has a little rose on it, and it has a Stampin' Up! Emblem. Real nice to give as a gift. There are also some. These are the gold glitter enamel dots. I would say definitely get those. Add them to your list. Along with the gold shimmer ribbon. Beautiful ribbon. So out of the whole bundle, I got the bracelet, of course. I got the ribbon, the enamel dots, and I got the stamp set. I'm kind of wishing I got the paper because I've been seeing so many things. So if you purchase it as a bundle, of course, you're saving money. You can go ahead and get just the Christmas Rose bundle, which is the stamp set and the dies at 10% savings. Here's a picture of the entire stamp set, and it's really, really pretty. That has beautiful fonts with it, and here's the actual size. So what they show up here is smaller than the actual size. And here's a little closer look at the bracelet and all the other separate pieces. So you can actually buy this in an entire bundle and save a lot of money, or just, you know, purchase it a la carte individually, or a bundle with the stamp set and the die. So real pretty set. And I have to tell you, my Aurora is definitely still on. She has not realized that the time has changed. Let's just say that. So she had me up this morning at 4 o'clock this morning, which I was kind of happy about that, because I was sleeping yesterday after work. I don't know, just been tired. I haven't really been feeling myself. And I was up at that time preparing for tonight. So that's how it goes. Okay, so I have 2 cards to share with you. And okay, so sorry, I'm a little off kilter. And then at the end, I have some samples that I whipped up this morning. But I mean, this was so simple to work with this whole stamp set. So before you all came, I used my Big Shot, which we're still waiting patiently for our die cut and embossing machine. But in the meantime, we're still using our Big Shot. I used this Tufted Dynamic Textured Impression Embossing Folder. I know, don't you love this folder? This is one of those really thick ones. And I ran it through on the gold foil paper. Look at that. Now, if you didn't have the gold paper, that's okay. Here I use the Early Espresso cardstock, and I ran it through on that, and it looks just as nice. And you can use either side. You know what else is really pretty is, if you really want to be fancy, is to take your rhinestones, and in the center of all these, put your rhinestones. Or I've also done with the Wink of Stella, because it makes a little glistening effect on there. So, okay, so I did do that beforehand. A little basket I'm going to keep throwing things in. Now, I'm not sure if you can see. Can you see that really fine score mark? That's what the new paper trimmer does. So it doesn't make that real thick one where you're afraid that you're going to go ahead and cut your paper. It does a real nice score mark, and it's barely noticeable. That side you can barely see. Well, it's hard to show on camera, but yeah. So this is just your standard card base, and we're going to fold that in half. Then we'll put our layers together after we do what we're going to do here. So that little piece of gold is going to go there. Now, if you wanted to be frugal, let me show you. Let me get the paper cutter and show you. Because, I mean, we're trying to save a few bucks, right? So we can take this. Now, you can, of course, you would probably do this before you went ahead and, ran it through your folder. But you can use this with punches. You can punch these out and save them, because the centerpiece is not going to be seen. But here's something I like to do. So with the paper cutter, over here on the right, I'm going to put that at 1. I'm just going to put, that's the wrong blade, Susan. I'm going to go ahead and bring up my cutting blade, and I'm just going to, I think my blade here. All right. Popped out. Okay, there we go. Okay, so I want to make sure I leave a border going around, because, you're going to see that. So I'm just going to do a little cut in the center. Put that back over there at 1. But let's do this other side first. That'll kind of give me an area to judge. 1. And put that at 1. And I mean, this is not rocket science. This is not anything that has to be perfect. It's just to save yourself some paper. So you have this on the inside. Let me just trim this. You can use this. If I could also save on post, especially cards that you have a lot of layers. Well, this will definitely help you with that, Mary. Let me put that aside. So this is going to take a little bit of the weight away. And no one's going to see that. And what happens here stays here. When you layer that on, you won't see that. And then you'll have another piece that you can go ahead and do something else with, right? So that will definitely save you a little bit. But you know, let's go ahead and glue this on. This little doohickey thing, this is called a Tipsy. And, well, I don't sell them and I don't make any money off them. But I found them on Etsy. And I have to tell you, if you like the Tombow glue, that little Tipsy thing, I think it was a little bit over $5 for one. It just sets in there. You don't have to put your lid on. You keep your lid off. This way your glue is always ready to go. You're not like banging it off something, except when you get a little booger there at the end. You're not banging off your table trying to use your little glue bottle. Just put it in that. And I don't know why they call it the Tipsy, but it's called the Tipsy. Maybe it was drinking a little bit too much. Okay, so we're going to layer our gold foil on there. See, look at that. Woohoo! Just like that. Easy peasy, right? This other piece is just cut at 4 by 5 1/4. And that's going to be for the inside of my card because it's a dark color card. We want to have it inside. So we'll put that aside. Okay. This piece here and this piece here. This was cut with the rectangle die cut. And you can choose whatever size you want it to be. We're going to go ahead and grab our stamp set. We want the, I think that'll fit in there. Because now I'm second guessing myself. We want the Merry Christmas. Yeah, that'll fit on there. Now, when you have the photopolymer stamps, best way to mount them, and I have a cat here. Those of you with animals, you know what I'm talking about. You want to go ahead and put that on your grid paper and take your block to it. This way, you won't have to worry about it getting distorted at all. Okay. Let's move all of this aside. This will be embossed with that. We're going to do embossing. Did I mention that? I'm going to do embossing. Oh, embossing is something that it just brings back memories for me. One of the first things I learned, it'll be almost 20 years ago, before I was even a demonstrator, was embossing. And I just was mesmerized by it. Because I just thought, like, wow, look at that. That was so fabulous. And, you know, like you have those memories of when a smell, you know, you have a certain smell, brings back a memory. Well, doing the embossing brings back a memory to me. So, just thought I'd share that. Now, this piece is cut, I'm going to use my Stamparatus. This is cut at 3.5 by 4 3/4. And I have glue or something on my hand. Okay, so this is that big rose, and it's a very, very large stamp. And I'm going to put that right on here. I lost one of my magnets many moons ago when this first came out, but I wrapped it with washi tape. Kind of have a handle on it. Now, I did leave in this little foamy piece under here. I don't know. They say you don't need it, but I find that I do. I just find I do. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and close this. And go ahead and pick that up. Okay, so when we're embossing, first step for embossing. Embossing buddy. A must. Tap, tap, tap. And I probably should do that. And recheck mine, because I may have moved it. Let's just see. Oh, that looks good. Okay, ooh, did I forget my, here it is. Going to use Versamark. And of course, we're going to be embossing tonight with gold. Gold, gold, gold. Get my gold. Gold, gold, gold. Okay. So, we'll take the Versamark, and you look how ugly mine is. But it's well loved. Let me move this over for you. Now, when you're using your your plates here, you want to put something underneath it. Just kind of gives you a little stability there, rather than, you know, trying to work it. So I'm just going to ink this up with the Versamark. And did you know you can take any of our colors and use them for embossing? All you have to do is use your Versamark first and then put your color over it and you can emboss it. Unless you're super duper quick, then you could just use our regular ink pads and stamp it and hurry and emboss. Okay, so the reason I'm doing this is that I'm going to see what kind of impression I get. If I don't get a good impression that I'm happy with, you can always go back and ink it more and do it. And I think I look good. Of course I look good. Yeah. Okay. So we're going to put that aside. I don't think we'll be using that again. No, we won't. Okay, so here is our image. Now, I wish they would bring these trays back. Anybody still have these trays? I love these trays. I'm going to go ahead and use our gold embossing powder. It just makes your life so much easier. Tap that off. Let's see how I did. Do a little zhoosh there. Move that aside. Alright, here comes the heat tool. Our heat tool has 2 settings. So when you're doing this, you want to go ahead and use it on the highest setting. Warm it up first before you go ahead to your piece that you want to emboss. You can heat it from the bottom if you like. You can also take a piece of cardboard, put aluminum foil over it, and lay this on top. That will help the embossing move a lot quicker. Okay, so here we go. Zoom in if you can. I haven't done this on the Early Espresso, but I do have another card to share with you that I did it on. So I'm hoping this shows up. I'm hoping. Might not have been a good choice now that I'm looking, but we'll see when it's done. You want to make sure to emboss everything. Don't go flying around. I see people going all kind of crazy. Just take your time and go along. Let that emboss and just move your gun very slowly until you see that it all has embossed. Okay. Let's see. Just give it a second to settle down. Alright, I don't know if I'm that happy with it on the brown, but we'll make it work. Okay, so, and look what it does to your paper. Zhoosh is that. Alright. Don't like that either. I was using a different paper. Okay, so we're going to take the Merry Christmas. We're going to bring that Versamark pad back in. And we're going to ink that up. I have to bring this close so I can see. So if my head's in the way or you can't see. I have 2 different sizes. Love them. Okay. Found them at a thrift sale. What a find. Oh, definitely. Okay. One good thing about having your Versamark pad real yucky looking is that when you go to use it like this, you can see it. Okay. Alright. Oh, what did I forget? Who was out there yelling? Your embossing buddy! Oh, gosh. But like I said, I do have another one because I could see that it's all over this. I needed my embossing buddy. Oh, what did I do with the second one? Well, maybe we can fix this. I need like a little paintbrush or something. I don't think I have a paintbrush. Well, we're just going to go with it. Embossing buddy, people. Oh, now I just a piece of that away. Well, if I don't like it, then I'll have to dig for another one. Sorry. Alright, let's just see how it works. We shall see. Now, a good thing to do is take your scissors or something to hold it down so it doesn't blow away. So who knows why we use the embossing buddy? Anybody want to answer that? why do we use our embossing buddy? Let me check my basket here. I just threw everything in here like a dog's breakfast. But that's what happens when we're creating. I had another piece. I know I did. I cut extra. Just in case. Not in there. Susan, where did you put it? Put it in a safe place where I knew when I started that it would be there. Okay. Well, we're just going to go with this one. Well, you use the embossing buddy, being I don't really see anyone answer. If I do, then I know there's a delay. Use the embossing buddy so you don't get zhushes. All right. Okie doke. So here we go. Let's go ahead and bring in this ribbon. It's kind of dark, and I'm not sure I like it. But like I said, we're just going to go with it. Now, at this point in time, you can go ahead and rub off if there was any of that powder left. All right, so let's see. I'm going to put a little... I'm still using my Fast Fuse. That retired a while ago, but I had stocked up because I really liked it. It was a learning curve to learn how to use it. But once I learned how to use it, I was wishing it was still around. All right, we'll do that. Let's go ahead and bring in some dimensionals. So we were finalizing our plans today for on stage next week, and we're gonna all try to go. Well, I think these are those yucky dimensionals. Are these the ones from the paper pumpkin that were yucky? I hope not. Okay, we'll find out when we go to peel this off. If they were. No, they're not. So a couple of us are going to all travel up together, and then there's a few that are just going singularly. And we're going to go up on Friday. I'm the only one that attends the leaders event, which is kind of sad. I'm hoping one of the girls, you know, gets to come one of these times, although they're changing that. Okay, there we go. They're changing the leader thing to have its own little event, which is in, it's going to be next year in, I believe, was it November? No, August, in New Orleans. I've never been to New Orleans, but I don't know. New Orleans in August, I just kind of think, you know, isn't that hurricane season? We'll see. We'll see. I don't know. So there, I made a bow. Look at, I'm just gibbering on here. I'm not even telling you what I'm doing. So, yep. So I'll attend the event Friday night, and then Saturday will be the event for all demonstrators. I still have some more swaps I want to create. And I have downline gifts that I'm in the middle of doing, and I'll share all that with you when I come back because I don't want to ruin the surprise. So there, that's a nice way to make a bow. Let's put that little strip on there. And did you see how I tied, ooh, don't want to pull that, how I tied the bow? I use right from the roll of the ribbon, okay? If you're right-handed, this works. If you're left, well, you'll have to do it the way you have to do it because I can't do it that way. So your tail's going to be hanging there. Go ahead and make a loop. Take this piece, go around, and then see where my finger is in there? You're going to take this and push it through there and pull those and fix and zhush it. And there you go. It's a perfect bow. Takes practice. So just practice. When you don't, you know, if you don't like it, pull it. Comes apart. Easy peasy. Okay. So we have that. So let's go ahead and add some dimensionals to the back of here. But this is a beautiful, sweet, I know it's called Christmas Rose, but how beautiful would this be for a wedding card, an anniversary card, a birthday card? Just change the sentiment. That's all you got to do. All right, let's put this over here, our Merry Christmas. I like that. What am I looking for? Oh, of course, we can't forget the gold glimmer enamel dots. And I love these. Look at them. Aren't they stunning? So we're going to go ahead. I'm just going to, well, let me use my take your pick tool. Let's see how that works. Okay, let me take this off the sticky part. Oh, look at that. Ah! If you don't have one of these, add this to your order too when you're ordering the Christmas Rose Suite. Oh my goodness, isn't this fabulous? Oh, you know, where has this been all my life? Look how easy that comes off. If you're like challenged, and I mean, trust me, I am. I may be, you know, a little bit experienced with the stamping, but I have rheumatoid arthritis, and look how fun and easy that was to pick up. Okay, let's do our inside. What shall we do for the inside? Let's go ahead and bring our Christmas rose. Let me get my little turning thing here with my inks, because I didn't pull out an ink. We'll do an early espresso. And wishing you the gifts of the season, peace and joy. May this Christmas fill your heart with warmth and love. Oh, I like that one. Now, this whole bundle is a limited time. So while, oh my goodness, what was that, little fruit fly? While supplies are available. So don't hesitate. Oh, and speaking of that, I heard through the grapevine that the Moose Punch is sold out. That's right. I didn't get him in time, but one of my customers who earned it, well, she won it, actually. That looks nice, huh? She won it at my bingo. She's going to punch me some mooses. So, yay for that. Oh, let me show you something else. Okay. I have just so much to show you. Well, let me finish this card, then I'll show you. Okay, now you can go ahead and, let's do that. Let's put a few pines. Let's go with Mossy Meadow. Remind me, I have something else I want to show you. Something that you may have overlooked in the catalog. Or maybe you didn't overlook. Maybe you're just like, I wonder if that thing works, you know? I'll let you know. I'll tell you the truth. I will not lie to you. I will tell you the truth whether or not, you know, it's worth it or not. Okay, we need a larger block. So we're going to use this, this one here, which is kind of like the little piney needles. And it has a leaf, too. Okay. And let's do just second generation. There we go. A little something, something for the inside. Okay, let me get my scrubby. Look at how beautiful they are. Oh, I just rinsed them out before. And did you ever notice if you have those scrubby things? The Stamp and Scrub? No, it's not Stamp and Scrub. What is that called? There we go. Right out the window with my mind. Anyhow, if you run it under water, warm water makes a difference as opposed to cool water. So with warm water, one of the colors, like the blues and greens or whatnot, that ends up, you know, cleaning. And then other colors come out with cool water. Strange. Okay, so let's put this on the inside. Then I want to show you something else. Okay. There we go. Okay. So look at how pretty. What do you think? Let me know what you think. Leave comments or thumbs up. If you're just coming in, be sure to say hello. I will be doing a giveaway. I'll pick the winner for next week. But look how pretty that is. Now let me show you the original card that I had. I had this one, and this is done on the Cherry Cobbler. And I just use a base of just plain old vanilla. And I use that tufted, yeah, embossing. Let me grab it. Oh, it's getting warm in here. I used the Tufted Dynamic Texture Impression Embossing Folder on the background of this one. It doesn't show up as well. I think the gold really makes a statement. Let's see. Oh, I'm missing. Hello, Cecilia. It's a beautiful set. Mary, beautiful. Hi, Sue. Oh, hi, Lori. Love how it turned out. Oh, thanks. I do too. But I really think the gold paper, and if you cut out that center or punch out that center, it'll help, you know, with the weight. And I'm left with this, you know, to do something else with. So I'll put that in my basket. Okay. Now I wanted to show you something. Oh, what a mess I'm creating here. Y'all love messes? All love messes. Okay. Let me just grab these little berries. And I'm going to grab the Mary Merlot. Now, let me grab one that's not so. Now, we all know what happens when we use, let me use those pines I was just using. So when we use the stamps and the ink, that's like red in color, it stains, right? We have this fun little tool. Well, it's an ink pad. It's a stamp cleaning pad. Has anybody seen this in the catalog? You can find it in the annual catalog, and I'm going to demonstrate to you how it works. In the annual catalog, on page, right over here, 182, it's right there. It's a stamp cleaning pad, and there's a refill. And I'll just read it to you. See with the little N, if you see anything in the catalog with the little N, that means it was new when this catalog came out. So it says, keep your stamps clean and neat, removes classic Stampin' Ink and craft Stampin' Ink from photopolymer and rubber stamps. Small and portable. It's 4 1/8 by 2 5/8. Cleaning solution refill available, sold separately. So it's $7.50, and of course the refill, you always want to get that, $3.75. So now when you're using it on cling stamps, rinse the stamp with water immediately after use to protect the adhesive on the cling label. Use Stays-On Cleaner to remove Stays-On ink. But, oh, hello. Jeepers. Now I'm going to use it on photopolymer because we all know photopolymer stains. Now, I'm not saying that this is going to, I'm looking for a piece of cardstock. I don't want to use that one. This one's Scrappy. Come on, Scrappies. I'm not saying that it's going to prevent it from, you know, oh no, that's Shimmer White. I don't want to use that. Okay, here's just a little. Oh no, I don't want to use that one. Oh my gosh, I have a whole basket here of scraps and I'm going to be picky. All right, just pick one. Sorry, time for a drink. Okay. So now here we are, right? It's clean, even though I used the green, but the green doesn't stain. The reds do. Okay, so this is Mary Merlot. Doesn't get any more redder than that. So I'm going to ink it up. There we go. I'm going to stamp it. And stamp it, and stamp it, and stamp it. Okay, so you see, maybe you can't. It's reddish, right? All right, this I don't need. I'm going to go ahead and bring in this stamp cleaning pad, and I'm just going to stamp in it. Now, normally, this stamp would be red. But look. Oh, look. It's clean. Now, that's not saying that it's not going to get stained. But it's not going to be that bright, bright stain. What I'm going to do after that is I'm just going to go ahead and bring in my cleaner things. And just clean it on there. But look. Red be gone. Do you love that? Don't forget, get the refill too. Just like when you're ordering any ink pads. But I love that. So I just want to make sure I shared that with you because you might not have seen it in there. And it's fabulous. It reminds me of Versamark. Fabulous. Anybody have one of those? Let me know if you have it, if you've used it, if you love it. I hope you love it. Okay, let me share something with you before I do the next card. Next card's going to be super simple. So, oh yes, where is this? On my Stamparatus. Oh, good God. Okay, now here's the stamp, right? So the one is the cling mount, and it comes with the two. You get two. And this one, of course, as you've been seeing, is photopolymer. Here's the great thing about this. If you use your Stamparatus, if you're doing multiple cards, use the Stamparatus and two plates, or flip it over. Well, it's probably better if you use the other plate too to mount the other ones. So keep this one on here, mark on here, you know, whether you do it in the corner or wherever you're going to do it, where you're going to stamp this one. Then use the other plates, because all of these stamps go perfectly over the top, and they all match. So you can go ahead, you know, you of course, you know, you might want to do them separately, but these are all going to go right over the top. Now the berries, you could use the berries. Now look at this one. This is a big one. This one will go right there. But look how they all fit together. There's even little tiny ones. Here's another one. This one is going to go right there. But look, you don't have to do any stamping as far as, you know, what's the word I'm looking for? Now here's a little pine cone. That one, there's 3 pine cones. You'll have to do that one 3 times. But you don't have to worry about, you know, coloring them in or stamping them in a weird way, because they all go on top. All your little berries, look at your little berries will go over the top. So I love that. I hope Stampin' Up!, and this is one of those distinctive stamps, so make sure your ink pad isn't like overly juicy. If it is, just take your bone folder and just move your ink over to one side so it's not too inky, because if it's too inky, it's just going to all kind of bleed together. But how fun is that? Does anybody own this already? Am I the only one having all this fun? Okay. All right, so we're going to go on to the next card. And this I have to clean. This has Versamark. That I do not have to clean. Okay. Hey, Michelle. All right. So we're going to use this stamp again. And this time, we're going to use Whisper White. So I have my card base, which is your standard, you know, scored at 4 1/4 and cut 5 1/2. Then I have a smaller piece, which this one is 4 3/4. Move that aside. 4 3/4 by 3 3/4. So this will be our base. We'll put this one aside. This is just when I cut out the gold paper, and you cut it at 4 by, because it's 12 by 12, the gold foil paper. If you cut at 4 4 4, and then 5 1/4, you'll get 2 4 6, and then you'll have this little strip left over. So that's what that is. So we'll put that aside. Okay. You know what? Let's take this off of here. Let's do that. Let's put our Stamparatus away for now. Okay. I'm going to bring in the big block to put this on, because this is a large, large stamp. So if you don't have that big block and you get the stamp, make sure you have a block to put it on. All right. So we're going to do more embossing. So let me clean this up. Put this back in the jar. And like I said, I wish they could still carry these little trays, because they're really worth it. Okay, put that back there. All right, now, we're not going to forget, right? Embossing Buddy first. All right, Embossing Buddy, so it removes any of the inks, oils, and prevents it from sticking where you don't want it to stick. All right, Versamark. I'm going to ink up our stamp. Now, you can use the Stamparatus if you have it. So if you have the Stamparatus, you don't even need this big block. Just use your Stamparatus. Okay. So what we want to do is we want to stamp this. I should put something underneath, but who cares? I'm going to stamp this here in the corner. So see, this is the rest of my cardstock. I'm just going to do it in the corner. I'm taking a lunge of faith there to make sure it all embosses, which it looks pretty good. I think we're okay. All right, so we're going to bring our tray in. And there's that little fruit fly. Can you guys see that little fruit fly? He must be like, ooh, this lady has her heat on. I'm going into her house. Okay, so there we go. We're going to bring our heat tool back in again. Fly away, fly away. Okay, here we go. I feel the heat. This would be a good way. Did you ever use this to toast marshmallows? Did you know you could toast marshmallows with your heat gun? You can, because it gets hot enough to toast your marshmallows. You can go ahead and make those s'mores with the graham crackers and the Hershey bar. Toast your little marshmallows and have yourself some fun. All right, let me see. Now you don't want to do it too long on the, it doesn't look like it's done there, but I'm sure it is. Yep. And of course it just would not be alive without my dog barking. So I don't know if you heard that, but she gave a little woof, woof. So there we go, just in the corner. Okay. We're going to use a little of our Stampin' Blends. Now we're going to pull in the light and dark Rococo Rose. And we're going to pull in light and dark Old Olives. You like these labels I put on there? That's for the visually impaired, which is me. Let's see. Let's go ahead with light Rio Red. We'll see how that works. So we're going to use our Stampin' Blends on here. And, you know, while you think that it may cover up, I actually was quite surprised that it didn't. I don't like that this is all rippled here, but we'll work with it. So we'll take our light Rococo Rose. Well, let me use the brush tip. And we're just going to color over. Somebody just tooted the horn, so of course she had to be like, hello, you toot your horn, I can hear you. We can hear you too, Aurora. I made sure before I went on live that, you know, everybody went potty, everybody had what they needed, and so that hopefully there are not any interruptions other than some barking. So there, we colored that in. We're going to go ahead with the dark one. We're just going to kind of outline and highlight. Now, of course, your rose in the center is going to be a little darker. I love Stampin' Blends. My poor markers, regular markers, just are neglected. Oh, hi, Carol. Just got home. Stopping to see what you're creating. Oh, we are playing with the fun Christmas Rose stamp set and suite. So thanks for popping in. So I'm going to go back with the light and I'm just going to kind of blend it. And if you have a little like different shading, that's okay. See that? Oh, there you are. Okay. Now don't forget that stays wet, so that's going to dry. All right, now we're going to go into our leaves. I'm going to go with the light Old Olive. Now you can do it either way. You can start with your dark. So let me show you that. Start with the dark. I have that little lump there in that thing. I'm going to probably want to use this tip. So there's two tips on them. There's the nib tip and then there's the marker tip. So we're just going to go over this. While we're here, we're just going to, and I mean, I am not doing anything that is fancy. I mean, the messier, the better in my book. We're going to go back with our light Old Olive. And I want the brush tip. Now there is a brush tip and nib tip. You think I would look at that? No. That would save me from all the click, 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 click. Okay. Going to kind of blend those in. Here's our other leaf here. Blend that in. Okay. Now I want to use the dark Old Olive. I'm going to use that on these piney things, just to kind of give the pine things a little bit of color. Okay, that looks good. Oh, then I forgot. I need to use, there's a pine cone here. I'm going to use the dark crumb cake to kind of color in the pine cone. But you can still see the gold, surprisingly. I'm really shocked by that. Okay. I'm going to go back with the light Old Olive just to kind of pick up some of those branches. Just to kind of go over that. And you'll see I'm not doing anything fancy. Let's go ahead with the light Real Red with the nib part. And just kind of go over that. I mean, not that, you want to be sloppy or anything, but, it looks more artsy when you leave a little bit of the white showing. That's okay. You don't have to be perfect. Certainly when you buy a $10 card in the store, they're not perfect. Okay, so look, what do you think? Pretty, huh? Okay. All right. So now we're going to come in with the, we're going to bring in the Rococo Rose. And we're going to stamp, oh, she probably heard that and thought that that was somebody. Oh, what a dog. Gotta love her. We're going to stamp the Merry Christmas over here. Hold it down for a second or two. Oh, look, I got a zhushy there. Oh, no. Okay, well, I'm going to try to fix that. I have this little sand eraser. Or no, I was going to think the color lifter. This is not sold by Stampin' Up. It's an Amazon thing. It's made by Mono. There. That looks good. Okay. So before I make any more boo-boos, let me close up my Rococo Rose. And I haven't used these too much, the new in colors. So I like to push this and then pull here. And sadly, speaking of the in colors, I know you've probably all seen my post. Purple Posy just didn't make the cut. So it's no longer available. But the markers and all the other embellishments that go along with it, they are. So, sad to say, it just didn't work to the Stampin' Up! Standards. So, that's all I got to say about that. Okay, so this piece here, we don't want to waste anything. We're just going to take a little snip here and a little snip there. And we have this. We could still save that. Put that in our pile. And I'm just going to go to either side here. Just add just a smidgen on each side. Just to pick up that gold. Because you have all those little pieces, right? What are you going to do with them? We're going to incorporate them in our card. That looks good. Then we're just going to go back with our Tombow. And we're not going to raise this up or anything. We're just going to go ahead and put this to the front of our card. And I see my card isn't folded straight. So we're not going to worry about that right now. We're just going to worry about putting this on. I'll fix that a little bit. Oh, come back. One is up a little higher than the other. That's one of the advantages of using the Tombow glue is you have wiggle room. And you'll see, I am not perfect. Oh, I don't like that there at all. I'm not perfect in what I do. And now I'm going to have sticky fingers. So, I mean, it's handmade. It's handmade, people. Don't fret over that. Little things. Okay, I have sticky fingers. They got sticky there. I'm going to go ahead and bring that piece in, that little eraser again for my boo-boos. Okay, there we go. Okay, so that's pretty. Now we're going to go ahead. What did I do with my enamel dots? Oh, dear. Here they are. We'll throw a couple enamel dots on there. And then I want to, I usually do things in threes. So 3s, 5s, you know, odd numbers. Okay. All right. So there we are. Look how pretty that is, coloring with the blends. And here was my original one. Now, did I do anything on the inside? This one I folded it this way. Now, word of caution, these little pine cones, they don't really stamp all that well. They kind of look like a big bush. You know, maybe my ink pad's too inked up. So this one, it opens this way. This one, it opens this way. You can go ahead and stamp whatever you want in the center. Okay, so we did this card. And we did this card. And I gave you a couple little helpful tips. And let me share with you a few other cards. And there is that little fruit fly again. Oh my gosh. Okay. Sorry. Okay, here's one with, let me grab a drink, with the very vanilla cardstock. Kind of did like how this one was done. And did my little ribbon on there with the gold embossing. And nothing on the inside. It's naked. Then here was one. I thought, well, you know, the rose doesn't just have to be red or pink. How about a yellow rose? The yellow rose in Texas. And this was the frame that I had left over when I'm cutting things out. You know, I cut out another part of the frame for another project. I used that leftover. Did a little bit of wash on there. Used the Stampin' Blends on there. And, of course, Wink of Stella. Oh, we forgot Wink of Stella. Okay, we're going to add her before we close up here. Here's another card. I didn't use the rose at all. Do you think the gold ink pad would work instead of embossing? Let me see. Did I do that? Hold on. I know I did. Oh, this cold. Or whatever it is I have. Let me look at my basket here, because I did play with that, and I like the Versa ink much better. Was that it? No, that wasn't it. I thought I did. This was just using a plain old ink pad. So that's what that one was. Maybe I used the back of it on something else. But I know I used, are you talking about the Delicata ink? Is that what you're talking about? I didn't like the way the Delicata, no, that's not it. I didn't like the way the Delicata came out. It just wasn't as sharp and bright as using the Versamark with the gold ink. I mean, you can try it. See what you think. Let me know. No, I don't have it. I must have used it on that. Turned it over. But this was just using, what did I use? This soft suede. You know, you can use soft suede. You know, you don't have to emboss. But you can try it. This one was just using the berries and the little pines going around. And I did this on shimmer white cardstock. So I'm not sure if you can see the shimmer or not. But real pretty. Here was one with the Night of Navy. And I used just a strip of the ribbon. And lots of Wink of Stella. Lots of Wink of Stella. Here's another one that I just stamped all the way around. I colored in using the Stampin' Blends on here. And embossed the Merry Christmas in gold. And again, here's that gold piece behind here, which of course I cut out the center and I used it for other pieces. Look how pretty that is. And here on the inside, I just stamped a little bit of the greenery along the edge. And this is the Rococo Rose. So that is the same color that we used here, the Rococo Rose. And then this was my first attempt. This was using all the stamps and just stamping over with all of the different stamps to color in with. And this is the cranberry. Was it the cranberry? No. You know, the red color that we used before. Oh, the new ink pads. Yeah, you're talking about these Delicata. Now, the Delicata inks, if they're still available, some of them are being sold out. When they're gone, they're gone. They're not going to be brought into the new catalog, or I guess they're just a holiday item. These are pigment ink. You can stamp with these and not emboss at all. Just let it dry. They dry rather quickly. Or you can just put, well, this one is the Celestial Copper. You can emboss with the copper ink. The copper ink with the copper embossing powder. Or you can use this with the clear. But I just didn't like the way I did the gold. This is the gold one. These come in the copper. Well, let me use the technical terminology. Silvery Shimmer, Celestial Glitz, and Celestial Copper. So if they're still available, I'm not even sure if they are, but they're pigment ink and they can be embossed or they can just be used as is. I believe they were originally brought in the catalog just to use them as is without embossing, but they do emboss. But I just didn't like the look that it gave. Okay, so there are all our cards for tonight. Now I do have a new host code for the month, and the card kits for last month are going to be mailed out tomorrow. So those of you, if you place a $50 order or more and you use the host code, then you'll get the free card kit. Last month was with Snowfront, and I have a video that, but I think it came upside down for some reason. But I will be posting that over on YouTube. You'll be able to see step by step how to put the cards together. And I also included a hand stamp card that I made for you. But there is a new host code, and it's posted on all of my social medias. Here on Facebook, it's the top post on there. And on my blog, you could check my blog out. I've been trying to update the blog a little more than I had been. And with a $50 or more order and using the host code, you will get a free card kit with the Harvest Hellos. And there'll be a video that you'll be able to assemble your cards. And if you don't have it, I will Harvest Hellos. I'll also love the Snowfront. I mentioned other stamp sets you can use with it. Of course, you can use any stamp sets with it and design it however you want. But it's a free card kit of 3 cards and then 1 card that I create for you. So if you have any questions on that, let me know. Now, if your order is going to be $150 or more, don't use the host code. Just go ahead and put your order in. And you'll automatically receive the free card kit. So it's just those of you that use the host code, then you let me know that, by using the code that you're interested in getting the card kit. So does anybody have any questions? What do you think? Anybody add this to your list? Oh, wait, I have 2 more cards. These I printed off on the demonstrator part of the website. Another reason to become a demonstrator. So here was a card that was created by Stampin' Up! Using this kit. And look at how they took this and they kind of watercolored all this. So it kind of distorted all the outline. I mean, I really like that look. So I printed that one off. And then here was another one using some of the dies. And this whole rose, there's a whole die that will cut that right out. And I just thought that those were so pretty. I really like this one. I'm going to want to try to create that. That one I thought was really pretty. So I think that's it. Yep, so be sure to like, comment, subscribe. Share this with other people that you think would be interested. Paper Pumpkin, if you're not subscribed, be sure to subscribe soon. This month's Paper Pumpkin is going to be a little bit later than normal. And but you will receive it. And of course, all the last Thursday of this month, I will be doing alternative projects with it. And I will be back here next Thursday at 7 p.m. with more stamping fun. I'm not sure what I'm going to do yet. If you have any suggestions, be sure to mention them on my page or here. And I'll be back next Thursday to announce the winner for the prize giveaway from tonight. And I'll be real excited because I'm getting ready to go for on stage. So anyhow, I hope you have a wonderful night. Thanks so much for taking time. Oh, one more thing. I'm going to be posting a card challenge. Here is a sneak peek at what the card challenge is going to be. Now it can go either way. I will have this posted on here, but you'll have to go over to the other Stampin' Sue Facebook page where you can post photos. Because this one I don't believe you can post photos. But this is going to be the card challenge for the week. Maybe longer. So just kind of give you an idea how to lay your cards out. Now you don't have to use circles and you don't have to use this. You can use ribbon, you can use squares, you can use whatever. This is just an idea how to lay a card out. So you're interested in participating in that. That's a lot of fun. I also have my monthly swap group where we swap a card a month. So what is today? Today is the 7th. So on the 10th, I'll be posting the swap partners. So if you're not a member of that yet, be sure to message me over on Facebook and I can add you to it. We still have time. So you just have to make one card. The theme this month is Christmas. So get some good ideas. And then I ask that if you're a member and you receive a card, to post it over on the card group. There is a special group that I have on Facebook for those that swap cards. So it's fun to get something in the mail other than a bill. That's how I look at it. And what I've been doing is sending out cards to everybody that's participating. So even if you're not if you're my swap partner, of course you'll get one. And if you're not, you'll get one too. So until the group gets too big that I can't do it. But I love making cards, so why not, right? Okay, everybody, check out my events for upcoming different classes I have. Calendar classes coming up. It's going to be a whole calendar you can use throughout the year. I only have one person signed up for that so far, and I'm sure Amy would love to have other people sign up. I'm trying to think what else. Oh, New Year's Eve, I'm going to have a little stamping event to say goodbye to 2019. That's going to be a lot of fun. Super Bowl party, a Super Bowl tailgating party on Super Bowl Sunday. March, I have my bingo. And when I go to onstage, I'll be able to see the occasions and celebrations. So don't forget, January starts celebration. And if you want to join, that's a great time to join. But other than that, I think I'm good. If there's no questions, oh, there is that darn little thing. I'm going to go ahead and sign off from here. Again, thanks so much. I really appreciate you coming by. And by you showing your support like this helps me so much in my business to help, promote my business and get me out there a little more and to keep coming with all these free events and free videos. So thank you, everyone. Have a great night, a great weekend, and I'll be seeing you online. Bye for now.